Imagine you wake up one morning in a small windswept country on the edge of Europe, Norway. It's a place where the mountains meet the sea, where the winters are long and the nights can feel endless, but the people are resilient and the communities are tight-knit. Life here has always been about making the most of what you have, fishing, farming, and a deep respect for nature's power. Suddenly you find out your backyard sits on a mountain of oil. Not just a little, but enough to change the fate of your entire nation. The North Sea, once just a harsh and stormy neighbor, is now a treasure chest waiting to be unlocked. Jackpot, right? The kind of discovery that could turn any country into a playground for the rich. But instead of splurging on yachts and wild parties, Norway paused. The government and its people took a collective breath, realizing that sudden wealth could be both a blessing and a curse. They knew oil money could be dangerous. Ever hear of Dutch disease? That's when a country gets rich off one thing, and everything else withers. Factories close, local businesses struggle, and soon, the economy is hooked on a single resource. Norway had seen other countries fall into this trap, and they were determined not to repeat those mistakes. So, Norway made a bold move. Instead of letting oil money flood the economy and distort everything, they decided to plan for the long term. Politicians from all sides came together, united by a vision that went beyond short-term gains. In 1990, they set up a giant piggy bank, the Government Pension Fund Global. Most folks just call it the Oil Fund. The idea was simple but revolutionary: save the oil profits for the future, not just for today. The first deposit didn't come until 1996, but the groundwork was laid for something extraordinary. What's wild is how they've managed it since. Instead of gambling on risky ventures or letting politics dictate investments, Norway hired some of the world's best financial minds. They built a system based on transparency, accountability, and a clear set of rules. Every krone from oil, taxes, licensing fees, government profits, gets funneled straight into this fund. It's like a river of wealth, carefully channeled to avoid flooding the economy and causing chaos. The process is so disciplined that even during oil booms, the money goes straight to the fund, not into politicians' pet projects. But here's the twist. That money isn't spent at home. Nope. It's invested all around the world. Norway decided to spread its risk, buying shares in companies and properties from New York to Tokyo, from London to Sydney. Stocks, bonds, real estate, even renewable energy. The fund is a silent partner in thousands of businesses, helping to build wind farms, solar panels, and skyscrapers. It's not just about making money, it's about shaping the future. As of today, they own pieces of over 9,000 companies. That's a stake in everything from tech giants to small startups, from car manufacturers to coffee chains. Norway's wealth is now tied to the fate of the global economy. Now you might think, why not just spend the money? Why not use it to build more roads, cut taxes, or hand out cash to every citizen? After all, it's their oil, their fortune. That's where the genius comes in. Norway's spending rule says the government can only take out about 3% a year, the fund's expected long-term return. This rule is like a safety valve, making sure the fund lasts for generations, not just a single political cycle. That means the fund grows, even as it helps pay for healthcare, schools, and pensions. The oil money isn't just sitting in a vault. It's working quietly in the background, making sure every Norwegian benefits, young and old. Talk about playing the long game. Let's zoom out. Norway's approach is about more than just money. It's about building a society that's resilient, fair, and prepared for whatever the future brings. This fund is now worth about $1.7 trillion. That's 12 zeros. It's one of the largest sovereign wealth funds on the planet, a financial fortress built on patience and prudence. With just 5.5 million people, it's like every Norwegian has a $300,000 cushion. That's a safety net most countries can only dream of. And it's there for every citizen, no matter their background. And get this, the fund owns about 1.5% of every listed company on Earth. That means Norway has a seat at the table in boardrooms across the globe, quietly shaping decisions that affect millions. That's wild influence, all from a country with fewer people than London. It's a reminder that smart decisions can make even a small nation a global powerhouse. So, what's the impact? Norway isn't just rich in oil, they're rich in stability. The country has weathered global recessions, oil price crashes, and political storms, all thanks to the choices made decades ago. Free university, universal healthcare, world-class infrastructure. These aren't just perks. They're the foundation of a society where everyone has a fair shot and no one is left behind. When global markets crash, Norway has a safety net that's the envy of the world. While others panic, Norwegians know their future is protected by decades of careful planning, All because, decades ago, they chose patience over partying. They chose to invest in their children's future, not just their own comfort. Next time you hear about a country striking it rich, remember Norway's story? It's not just about what you find underground, it's about what you do with it above ground. Sometimes the smartest move is playing for the future, not just the present. True wealth isn't measured by what you spend today, but by what you save for tomorrow. So, if you were in charge, would you have the patience to do what Norway did? Would you choose the party, or would you choose the plan?